A dispute over land in Nevada between rancher Cliven Bundy and the federal government began decades ago. Bundy says his family's cattle have grazed on the land without interference since 1870. The Bureau of Land Management says Bundy hadn't paid his grazing fees since 1993, owing the government more than $1 million. The BLM says Bundy was allowing his cattle to graze illegally, which triggered a forced roundup of about 400 of Bundy's cattle just last week. The cows were later released. Organizers with the Oklahoma Militia say they have members in Nevada who say Bundy's cattle were unlawfully rounded up by the BLM.
Evidently, here in America, you don't actually own the property anymore, if you ever did.
The roundup sparked an armed standoff, but it wasn't the Bundy family who owns the cattle. It was militia members from across the nation going up against the BLM. Oklahoma Senator Jim Inhofe weighed in on the matter.
You got a bunch of people in there trying to take the law in their own hands, and they shouldn't be doing it. And the Bureau of Land Management is not really it's not government owned, it is publicly owned, and there's a big difference there. And so I blame both sides on that.
Here in Oklahoma, militia members say they have nearly 50,000 volunteers. Members say they are taking Bundy's side and fear this governmental practice could spread to the Sooner State. Scott Shaw says with all of the recent constitutional infringements by the federal government, the Oklahoma Volunteer Militia is ready to take up arms if needed.
It's up to the feds. The ball's in their court. You know, it depends. You can do this legally, or if you want to try to do a land grab violently, you can do that. We're going to resist you.
Shaw says they haven't had to defend Oklahoma from the feds yet, but says it's beginning to become a concern.
Just look around the country. They're doing it everywhere. If they can do it in Nevada, they can do it in Colorado, they can do it in Texas. I mean, what's to stop them from coming to Oklahoma? The only thing to stop them is we the people.